Hari Om, my dear students. A very good afternoon to all of you. Okay, so how are you all? I hope you are all fine, right? Okay, so now actually we are going to enter into the second unit. I think you already entered and you have completed the second unit in lesson. Introduction and glossary also you have learnt, right? Okay, so actually here in this unit we are all going to learn about scientists. Okay, about scientists. Actually in India there are number of scientists, right? We heard the names, right? Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, C.V. Raman, Aryabhatta, all number of scientists are there, right? Albert Einstein, number of scientists, right? Okay, so now in the first one we are going to learn a very great scientist is a C.V. Raman. Okay, so in the reading part A, first of all we are going to learn about the C.V. Raman, in the sense what he discovered and about his biodata and all we are going to discuss. Who is the C.V. Raman here? See, he is the one, C.V. Raman. Okay, so now we are going to learn and know about this scientist, what he discovered and what is his biography and all we are going to discuss in the lesson. Okay, see here. On the busy Beau Bazaar street in Calcutta, there was an old building. Actually, in Calcutta, a Beau Bazaar street is there. In that street, there was an old building. Okay, it was the headquarters of the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. What is that building? It is the headquarters of the Indian Association for the Cultivation of the Science. Okay, it is the headquarters of that one. Okay, so it was happened in December. What happened? See, in December, on a fine evening in 1927, there was much excitement in one of its laboratories. Okay, so in December 1927, December, on a fine evening, something was happened in one of its laboratories. Okay, so whose laboratory is his? Okay, on that evening what happened? See, Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman. His name is C.V. Raman. No, what is his full name is Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman. What he was doing on that day? He was showing a visitor some of his instruments. On that fine evening, this C.V. Raman was showing some of his instruments. To whom? To a visitor. Okay, when he was showing that one, what happened? When a young man, K.S. Krishnan, rushed in and announced, in the sense what? When he was showing some of his instruments to a visitor, one of the young man, K.S. Krishnan, rushed in the sense what? He entered into the laboratory very fastly and announced that what he said to C.V. Raman, Professor Compton has won the Nobel Prize. Okay, this professor, this young man K.S. Krishnan came fastly and informed to C.V. Raman that Professor Compton has won the Nobel Prize. At that time, what this C.V. Raman was doing? The C.V. Raman was showing some of his instruments to the visitor. Okay, when it was happened in 1927 December, on a fine evening. Okay, so where he was at that time? It is an old building in Beau Bazaar Street, which is in Calcutta, and it is the headquarters of the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. Okay, so my dear students, this is about the first paragraph. I hope you all understand. Okay, so when he heard the news that Professor Compton has won the Nobel Prize, what happened? See, Raman was equally delighted. How? See, excellent news, he said, smiling at the visitor, and then he was lost in thought. But look here, Krishnan, he said, turning to the young man, if this Compton effect is true of X-rays, it must be true of light too. So when he heard the news about this Professor Compton has won the Nobel Prize. This Raman also was equally delighted, in the sense what he also felt happy, and he said it's a excellent news, and he saw the face of the visitor and he gave the smile also, and then he was lost in thought, and but look here Krishnan, and then he was lost in thought. What is meant by lost in thought? In the sense, it is a giving all your attention to something so that you do not notice what is happening around you, which means when he was smiling at the visitor and then he was lost in thought, in the sense we are paying all the attention what is happening around us, okay, but we are not knowing that what is the true అంటే ఏంటి, మనం ఒక దాని మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటే చేస్తూ ఉన్నప్పుడు మన చుట్టూ ఏం జరుగుతుంది అనేది మనకు తెలియదు అనమాట. అనేది ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ వాట్ అంటే మనము గమనించం, ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ లాస్ట్ ఇన్ థాట్, ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ ఫ్రేజ్, ఓకే. సి బట్ లుక్ హియర్ కృష్ణన్, సో హీ వాస్ సేయింగ్ టు ద కృష్ణన్, and who is he? He is working in that association, and he was a young man. What he was saying to what C.V. Raman is saying to that Krishnan, see, all are paying attention about the Compton effect, but you do not notice what is happening around you. అంటే ఏంటి, ఇక్కడ అందరూ కాంప్టన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ గురించి ఆలోచించటంలో అది ఎంతవరకు ఇదైందనేది ఎవరు కూడా గమనించట్లేదు అని చెప్తున్నాడు అనమాట. వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్? ఇఫ్ దిస్ కాంప్టన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఈస్ ట్రూ ఆఫ్ X-rays, it must be true of light too. What he was saying to that Krishnan, if this Compton effect is true of X-rays, it must be true of light too. Actually, these X-rays and light are having some relationship. So what he was saying, if it is true of X-rays, it must be true of light too also. Like that he was saying to whom? Krishnan. Okay, so a few years earlier, which means some years ago, what happened? See, A.H. Compton had shown that the nature of X-rays changes when it passes through matter. The change was dependent on the kind of matter. This effect was called the Compton effect. Right? Now, till now we have heard that this Professor Compton has won the Nobel Prize. For what he got the Nobel Prize? For the Compton effect. Right? Now we will see what is the Compton effect. Okay, some few years ago, this Compton had shown that what he had shown, the nature of the X-rays changes when passed through matter. Matter means what? It is a kind of the substance. Okay, in the sense what when this X-rays was passing through that matter, it will changes its nature. It will changes its nature. Okay, and that this change also will depends upon the matter, what type of matter that we are using to do the experiment or whatever it will be. Okay, so if any substance we will be changed, that X-ray, that nature of the X-ray also will be changed. That is his experiment actually. Okay, so that effect is called the Compton effect. See, this effect was called the Compton effect. Okay, could light, okay, next we'll see. Could light also changes its nature when passed through a transparent medium? So what this Raman was saying, could light also, so here he had done what he said, the nature of the X-rays he said. So what he was saying, if it is true, it must be true of the light also. So for that one, what he was saying, see C.V. Raman, if could light also change its nature when passed through a transparent medium? This was the question that Raman asked himself. Okay, so for 5 years he had been doing research in optics. Okay, what is the optics? It is the science of light, studying of light, we will call it as a optics. So when he got a doubt on light, so he started doing the research. He had done that research for 5 years, but no sophisticated equipment. Sophisticated equipment means what? Suitable equipment. Sufficient equipment also was not available in his laboratory. So when he was doing the research, and the not sufficient equipment also it's not available in his laboratory, but with the very great confidence of C.V. Raman, he could find the answer with some modification only in his equipment. Okay, so here see, he is having that much of confidence on his research. So he did not give up he don't have the sufficient equipment, but he did not give up it, but he continued with his research, and with some modifications in his equipment itself, he found that answer. So see, 4 months later, on March 16th, 1928, Raman announced his discovery of new radiation. In the sense, radiation ante enti? Light, right? Okay. So what it is, describing the behavior of a beam of light passing through a liquid chemical. So here this is a matter. I said no substance, right? Here matter. See what he said after what is his discovery on new radiation. So what it is describing the behavior of the beam of light, how that light and all will be passed through a liquid chemical. Okay, so to whom he given that one? To an assembly of scientists at Bangalore. Now we will call it as a Bangalore, right? Okay, so without after some modifications in his equipment, without having sufficient equipment also, with his great confidence, he found the answer for his question on light. Okay, so like that only everybody will be. We should not give up ourselves. If we did not get anything, we have to continue. Okay, that is the one. And next one, see, the world hailed the discovery as the Raman effect. Okay, so everybody will call the discovery, will name the discovery as a Raman effect. For scientific research in his country, it was a red letter day. Okay, so what it means? Red letter day means what? An important day. Okay, and his discovery caught the attention of the world. With the equipment worth hardly 200 rupees and limited facilities, Raman was able to make a discovery which won him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. Okay, so and everybody, and on the day when he got the Nobel Prize, everybody call this one as Raman effect, and they called that day as a red letter D. And on that one, everybody this C.V. Raman caught the attention of the world, because with the minimum equipment which worth hardly 200 rupees and limited facilities, this Raman was able to make a discovery, and he got a Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. Okay, so my dear students, so now we all have learnt what is a Raman effect and when he got the Nobel Prize. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss about his biodata, in the sense his birth details, his earlier where he studied and all we will see. Okay, my dear students, thank you.